guys, it's Cassie from Hardback Life. I didn't do our normal intro because this is not a normal episode. Again, I talked about trying to do these little shorts, not shorts, but like under 15 minutes to, I don't know, put more on the channel so it gets noticed more, I guess. I don't know. I don't really understand how to get more subscribers. Neither of us really do. So we're trying really hard, guys. So I thought I'd come on here and kind of do a test drive of it. It's not a full podcast episode, so it won't get uploaded to Spotify and Apple and all those things. It'll just be YouTube. We're just going to give it a go. See if we can't build a little bit more traction on the channel. So the first one I wanted to do was to talk about ACOTAR. Because if you're anything like me, all you've been able to think about is SJM's announcements on Call Her Daddy. I did not watch the whole thing, but I did obviously get the important details. Super excited for ACOTAR 6, and ACOTAR 7 comes out the day after my birthday. It would have been fun if it came out on my birthday, but I'm excited either way. So I thought we could talk about what we want out of it and what we don't want out of it. I don't know. I hope that's fun. I am super excited. I've loved ACOTAR from page 1. When I first picked it up, I read the first book in 24 hours, I read the second book in 24 hours, and then I don't know, I didn't look at the other books. I know I read A Court of Frost and Starlight in 4 hours, but I love it. I had spread it, so what I tried to do, because I was just devouring them, I only read them last year, put other books in between, because I was like, I'm gonna finish this in a week if I don't. So I put other books in between so that I had something to break them up. It didn't work that well. I still read them all in less than 2 months. So I didn't really help myself. I spread out a little bit, more than a week, but not that much. So I'm obsessed, you could say, easily. So I thought I'd just jump on and I could, like I said, tell you a little bit about what I want, what I hope is in there, what I hope is not in there. And first and foremost, this might be unpopular. I don't know. I think I see the fandom split 50-50. I will riot. If Az and Elaine end up together, I will riot. For so many reasons. I just feel like it's kind of a cop-out to have all 3 main bat boys with all 3 sisters. I don't know. I also just think Az needs something different. And I don't know, maybe we just don't have enough about Az and Elaine, and maybe that's the issue. Maybe if I get more of both. I mean, I'm still a little bit bitter about Nesta with Cassian. Silver Flames, by the end, I was fine. But it's still not my favorite pairing. What I would like to see, because I have my one theory from the beginning has been that Amarantha and Tamlin are mates. And Tamlin denied the bond. Because wouldn't that make sense? Wouldn't that explain why Amarantha was so obsessed with him? I'm sorry, it's not just that he was that good looking. It's just not all fair good looking, you know? So it cannot just be that he was just that great compared to everybody else, because his personality was like a wet mop. So we can't say that that was it. So I really do think that they were mates, and he obviously denied that bond. And I think he just never wanted to tell Feyre that. So I would be interested to see if both sides denied their mates, what that would look like. It's not that I don't want, I would also like to see Elaine with Lucien. I don't really care who Elaine ends up with. I just don't really want it to be Az. I do really like Lucien and that one witch that turns into a bird, Vesta or Vesta. I kind of like them together, but I don't know if she's with, what's his name? The Ring. God, I probably should have refreshed. I am going to reread before the books come out. Whatever the hell. The Ring, the eye guy, whatever his name was. It starts with a J. I don't know if they're a thing or if it's a brother-sister, but I do think Lucien and her would be cute. I just want Lucien to be happy. He just deserves to be happy. But I'd be fine if Elaine ended up with Lucien and they set their bond. I would be fine if Elaine ended up with Tamlin. I do want to see more. I hate him, but I also am now invested in him. So I kind of do want to see more from Tamlin, unfortunately, in a you can't stop watching the train crash kind of way. Yeah. I also really want more for Eris. I don't know if I'm supposed to love Eris as much as I do, but I genuinely love him as a character. I think he has really tried to do the right thing, and he just goes about it wrong. Even with the whole Moor from however long ago that was, I do really think that he did it for all the right reasons. He just did it wrong. So I do really want more from him. I love Eris. He is one. He is my unpopular opinion or my hear me out kind of character. I love him. Again, I know he kind of seems like a dick, but I do think his heart has always been in the right place with those. At least I hope so. I might eat my words and he might just turn out to be the next villain. Fingers crossed, I guess, guys. I did write notes for this. That might have been a good idea also, but I thought it'd be more fun to be a regular conversation. So I want more from Tamlin, again, because I just need closure for him, I think, at this point. I want more about Lucien. I don't want all of this next phase to be centered around Elaine. I'm sorry. I don't like her that much. And I didn't like Nesta either, but she only had a book and part of a novella, you know? So I don't know. Maybe if I just learn more about Elaine, I might be content with that, but I just can't fathom being invested in her for 4 books. Like, what are you doing? I can't. I do find her power interesting though, so maybe that will hold me through. I guess we'll see. Absolutely want more on Az. I'm going to tell you, I want Az with Gwen. That's who I see. That's who, from the second it was introduced that like he saved her and he brought her there. And just like the little moments that they've shared, I'm pushing for that. I'm pushing. Not as a consolation prize for Elaine, because again, forget her. Forget her. But because I almost want Elaine to have been the consolation prize for Gwen since she's a priestess. You know what I mean? Like, because I can't have Gwen, I'm going to go for Elaine, but then like almost can't stop trying to go for Gwen is where I'm kind of what I want. I don't know if it's like everybody had this bonus chapter, but there was a bonus chapter after Silver Flames, and I didn't have it in my Kindle because that's how I read it, but I obviously bought the book, and it was in the back of the book where Az like brought a necklace. He bought a necklace and was gonna give it to Elaine, but then Reese kind of interrupted and was like, you better not be playing around with that. You're going to start a whole war because that's our biggest ally, whatever. And there was this moment between them which made me want to gag because, like I said, I'll riot. Then he brought this necklace. I want to say he gave it to Gwen or they just had a moment. Yeah, he left it for Gwen, but he didn't say who it was. Like, he told them not to say who it was. I really want it to be her. That's my hope. Or somebody new. I don't know. Maybe there's somebody new and better out there for him. I really want more. I want more for more. I want her and Emery to get together. That's my hope for that relationship. I also just feel like more like Lucian deserves happiness, and I really hope that she's able to find it, whether it's with a mate or just working on her trauma from a lot of bad shit that's happened to her. So that's what I'm hoping for that. I want more Hellion. I really enjoy him. I don't know if I care so much about his romance. Like, I don't know if I care how we get more about him, but I just enjoy him as a character. Like, I think it'd be funny to see him more in the books. As far as Reese and Feyre go, like, it'll be nice, I guess, to see them as parents. I don't care. Feyre's never been my favorite FMC, and Reese I loved for Mist and Fury, but then he started to rub me the wrong way, like a little bit too controlling, a little bit not nice. I don't know. He rubs me the wrong way. I don't hate him as much as I hate Tamlin, but I don't love him the way I did in Mist and Fury either. So we'll have to see about that. I want more of the House of Wind, but that was kind of a Nesta thing. So if it's not centered around her, I'm not sure if we'll get any more House of Wind, but I just loved the house, honestly. I am not super invested in Amryn as a character. You know, I hope we get her. Like, she's definitely a huge part of this found family and inner circle, but I don't need like a whole thing centered around her. You know what I mean? But with more, I want more of her. With Az, I want more of him. I don't necessarily need more of Amryn. I love the way her story's played out, but I don't necessarily need her to be a more major character. I don't need a book centered around her. Yeah, I think that's really it. I don't really have any expectations as far as what I'm hoping happens to each character other than the love interest, because I'm a huge hopeless romantic, so I get really invested in the love interests. I do kind of hope there's some more crossover between the 3 series, especially Crescent City. Crescent City is a very close second to ACOTAR for me. I'm kind of okay with Throne of Glass being done and those characters being done, but I would like to see Crescent City crossover more. I loved that. I know SJM said that Bryce and Az are not mates, but I do still like their relationship. I think they're kind of funny together. So I think it would just be funny to have more of them. And then especially like if Az has a mate and you bring Hunt in, I just think that would be so funny. But I'm just honestly in for a good time. Like, I just want to be happy. I think early on, like a while ago, she said there was going to be some betrayals coming up. I don't know how to feel about that. And the only one that I can really think of is Elaine going to Tamlin, or even Eris. I could picture her in fall court. I picture her more in spring court, but I could picture her in fall, autumn, whatever. Those are the only 2 things I can really think of, and I don't really see her being a traitor for Eris. I do more see as Tamlin just because of the whole favorite thing. But yeah, those are like my big hopes. More Eris, more Az, a lot more Eris also. And like I said, I'll riot. If Az and Elaine end up together, I will riot. I'm not going to be happy. I'm going to be safe. I toyed with the idea of it ruining it for me, like ruining the series for me. I guess I'll have to see if like how it would play out, but I really, truly, that is the one hardcore thing I'm like, I hope that does not happen. And I also don't want Cassian to die. I don't really know how he would, but I'm just saying I love him. So that would be the other like one thing I don't want to happen. But definitely not as an Elaine. I hope now that Nesta has grown on me, I do hope to see her a little bit in these books to continue her growth. I think that'll be interesting to watch and probably good for Elaine too, if we are going to have her be a more major character here. So I'm just excited. I'm excited, guys. I saw a countdown, like somebody had already made a countdown from the Call Her Daddy episode to when the books release, and one was like a little over 200 days, one was a little over 300 days, so I'm super excited. I can't wait. I'm probably going to reread. I don't think I'll reread all 3 series. I mean, I definitely won't reread Throne of Glass. Again, I'm like, that wasn't my favorite. I'm content with that being done. I'm fine with those characters being done. There's not really one. I mean, I loved Dorian and Manon. So maybe if we're going to have a crossover, those would be 2 I'd want to see again. But I'm kind of over the rest. I enjoyed their books, but I'm glad they're done. Whereas with Crescent City and ACOTAR, I can't wait to see more of those characters. So I hope at least those 2 cross over. I have a feeling all 3 are going to come together somehow, but obviously I would have no idea. So yeah, that's all I got. I really hope that we just enjoy them. I don't want patronizing of fans to like just try and meet everything everybody wants, for sure. I do want the story to be authentically what she sees happening for these characters. That being said, there's some things, like I said, I really hope I don't see, and I really hope I do see. Yeah, I don't want this to go any longer. It's kind of right at the 15-minute mark before I edit, so we'll see. But I hope that you guys enjoyed this short video. I hope we enjoy ACOTAR. I can't wait. I'm counting down the days. Yeah, so I guess I'm not even sure when I'm going to release this. If I'm going to release it, like I said, I didn't come with notes, so it might be a little hectic. And I also forgot to take my ADHD meds today, so it's a little all over the place, but it's okay. I guess that's it. And hopefully I'll see you next time for our episode. Bye, guys.